Good? I don't know if
You're
it's
good.
working.
Yep, you're good.
Hi, this is Oakley, and this is my Ponderosa. So, what a night. I kind of expected to be going. I knew going into the night that I had I knew like that it was going to be 4-4 for mobs. And so I was able to practice, I was able to get some stuff down, and I was able to explain to my mob what was going to be going on with the challenge, and it allowed me to get 8th instead of 9th. So like I feel I was very much working from an impossible position, because the people that are in control obviously don't want someone like me who's going to make a scene. The puppets are probably the closest allies, but of the people in charge, but they're not going to win at the end, and they get upset whenever you challenge the status quo as well. And then the stragglers didn't want to, I guess they didn't want to risk going to rocks, which I guess I can understand, but I feel like there are some people that with me leaving, they're going to realize that the game potentially ended, so I guess at the end of the day, I can leave knowing I had agency in my own game. I was always doing what I want. I feel like Tulsi or Lana are going to win, and I also want Tulsi, Lana, or Colin to win. Because Colin, even though I didn't think he was doing anything, he tried taking control and having agency towards the end, which I can respect. So, yeah, like, I played a really hard game, and I was working from the beginning. I was always, well, actually, working from the beginning. I'm just now thinking about this. I definitely didn't know, like, where my footing was. I started off very slow. No one wanted to align with me, but I found some friends. I made some allies. I played a power correctly. I forced a rock draw twice. Caused the second rock draw caused a power player to go home, for someone to quit, and for people to be rocked, and it at least caused the game to it could have potentially been reshuffled. I don't think it will now, but because I left, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's very fresh, so maybe I'm not, maybe I need to take time to think about this, but I do think that it was a hard game for me to play. It was hard having to try and socialize with everybody, because I'm not the person that everyone immediately flocks to, because, like, I don't know what it is, just people don't flock to me. I don't get why. But, yeah, because it's very fresh, I'm not sure if I had a good experience or not, or a fun experience. I am grateful that I got to reconnect with Sean and Zach, and I made some really great friends in Blake, Braden, Caitlin, and even Colin towards the end. I got to meet Bill and Maddie, but I feel like I don't know if they'll consider me friends. And then also Lana and Tulsi, even though they were working with everyone and they were against me, they were the two people that I liked the most. Some of the people I liked the most. So I'm excited to hopefully see one of them win. If not one of them, then Colin. And I guess, Duke, if you have any questions for me, I'm not sure what else to say.
Yeah, so during when you were eliminated, you mentioned people that you were kind of rooting for because they had agency in their game. Are those people, are you saying that's Lana and Tulsi?
Yes. Lana and Tulsi have complete control. I don't know if they're going to go against each other at any point. I'm assuming that they will, but I'm not really sure. If for some reason it's a final three, I would love it if the two of them could make it to the end with Colin also, because like then I would have like a wide open final three, a plethora of people to vote for. I'm assuming that if any of them make it to the end, it's probably only going to be one of them, but I can only vote based off of how I perceive things, and my perception is those are the only three people that I really want to win, so if anyone else wants my vote, they're going to have to get to the end with some combination of the other two, or else.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is at your elimination, Corey was the one that won the mob boss, and then he shared his like co mob boss with Bill. And I saw in your chat with Bill, you were kind of pushing him to try to do something, I guess, or like make a move. And you also were reaching out to Maddie to try to make a move. What were you trying to like? What were you proposing? What were you trying to do just to like save yourself? I guess.
Oh, so I couldn't add prod because there was literally 3 fucking minutes. Like I wasn't gonna try and add prod as well. So I made a chat with myself, Logan, Maddie, and Colin. I said, guys, look, Lana and Tulsi are running the game, and Logan and Corey are not gonna deviate from them ever. This is the last opportunity you're gonna have to do anything. And look, we can go to rocks, we can convince one of them to flip on the end, but I'm just telling you, if I leave, they're going to have free reign, and they're no longer going to be looking at me. So who do you think they're going to start staring at? Bill and Maddie. Like, I guarantee you, like, Maddie is probably going to be coming here very soon as he doesn't win a challenge, because Corey's going to use his idol nullifier on Maddie, apparently, because Alex somehow knew that Maddie had an idol. I didn't know who found it. I guess it was Maddie from that stupid puzzle thing that I tried doing. Yeah, so I think Maddie's probably going to be coming here very, very soon. That's going to suck for him because I told him so. I'm not going to say that to him because I do care about Maddie. I'm not going to make him feel bad as soon as I'm not going to try and make him feel bad. I'm just going to say, well, I told you what would happen. And then Colin, he's not super great at challenge. No, that's not true. He's pretty good at challenges, but I think that with Lana and Maddie and Tulsi there, he's gonna have a very difficult time winning his way to the end because I don't think that knowing Caitlyn and I are on the jury and Gianna as well, that they're gonna let him make it to the end. And yeah, I was just trying to like pull something together. That was like my only option. Like my only option was to somehow get them to vote Lana and then hope that Logan, Corey, well, Corey wouldn't know because he was safe, so there was no reason to. But the only ones who would have really been jeopardizing their game would have been Maddie because Bill was immune. But I don't know. I think a lot of people are gonna regret letting me go.
And then another question I have, the comp that we had tonight, touchy subjects where you answer stuff about like the cast and whatnot. Do you think are you surprised with any of the answers, and do you think any of the answers will influence how people will play the rest of the game out?
I mean, some of those answers were like so blatantly obvious. Like, I knew that I wasn't the answer for who deserves to not be here still, and everyone answered me, but I wasn't the correct answer. It was Corey. And I think actually I answered Logan on the thing, but I think Corey was who I answered Logan tonight, but I think I said Corey when I filled it out, because I think it's true. He's not nice to people. And I've said this in the jury chat, and I've just made it very clear, like, kindness is not how you treat your friends, it's how you treat your enemies. And if that's how Corey treats his enemies, then he's not a kind person. And I don't say that out of anger or spite or anything. It's just like he's yelled at like 4 or 5 people as they've left the game, which is a very leaving a game is kind of like, it's a game, but like it's like it can be a vulnerable moment, and yelling and screaming at people and just not being kind to them is just, I don't rock with that. Like if someone's berating me and yelling at me at tribal as they're leaving, like I'm just gonna sit there and be quiet unless they like bring up personal shit. Like that's when I would draw the line. But if they're saying game stuff, I'm just gonna let them have their moment as they're leaving. But yikes.
And then another thing that Nicole likes to ask during the exit interview is, who are you rooting for? We kind of know who you're rooting for with Lana, Tulsi, and Colin, but she likes to ask, who do you wish followed you into the jury chat next, and why?
You know, part of me wants my point to be proven right and have Maddie and Bill come in here next, but I don't want to be right at the expense of them finding success. I guess I kind of want Logan and Corey to make it to the end so they can't win, because I don't think they would. Logan potentially could, because he's been quiet. He's quirky. But he's quiet, he's quirky. He'll have a few... If he makes it to the end with the right set of people, he'll also have friends on the jury who will vote for him. So Logan could potentially win if he makes the end, but yeah, I don't know. Corey, I can't realistically see winning. But I would like to see him and Logan come in just because they wouldn't even entertain me. I guess Corey tried talking to me the last few days, but I think it was just in case I won immunity. But after, like, several outbursts this season and just, in general, being unpleasant, I can't, like... If he won, I think Corey winning would be the only person who I'd be upset if they won.
Right. And then, if there's anything, is there anything that you think that you could have done with your game that could have either improved your placement or potentially gotten you to the end or a little bit further?
If I just wanted to be a mindless sheep, I guess. Like, I can't... It's hard because the first blindside of the season very much set a tone for who was going to be working together and controlling the game, and that was the first challenge, that I was immune and that I didn't go to tribal and I didn't vote. So I was not really in a position to be part of the pretty people when it was being formed. And then they very much clicked up and wouldn't let anyone in. And then whenever anyone tried to get them to leave, it wouldn't work because a few stragglers would decide to ruin everything. Like, dumbass Brandon. I'm gonna try not to be mean. Brandon just literally ruined everything for no fucking reason and caused his own demise. I wish Gianna and I had gotten to talk more, but I don't know. I feel like there was very little I realistically could have done, because I'm not the kind of person that's going to sit there and do nothing and make it to the end just so I can make it to the end. If I cared just about placement, I feel like I could have just mindlessly followed everyone right through the pastures and then gotten my throat cut and made into pork chops at the end, but that's not me. I like having control of what I'm doing and how I'm playing. I guess if I wanted to make it further, I could have been a sheep, but I can't do it.
Emily, do you have any questions for Oakley?
I do not. Good game, Oakley.
Thank you, Emily.
All right, Oakley. That's all. Let me just check the viewers on real quick.
I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. There's probably nobody awake.
There was people watching. There was people in there.
There was?
Huh?
There was?
Yeah. There was some people that were active during the whole thing. But anyway, that's all the questions that I have for you. If there's anything else that you would like to add to the end of this exit interview, you can do it. If not, I can stop it for you now.
I'd like to say thank you to production. I wish you cast me with people who would give me the time of day, but I know that's not something you can control. You can't control if people are going to just click up and not want to ever change anything, but I digress. I'm not going to say I had fun, because I'm not 100% sure yet, but this isn't it wasn't because the game was run badly. The game was run very, very well, and I'm very appreciative that I got picked that I got to play. I'm proud of how I did and how far I did make it. And there's nothing else to say.
All right. Thank you, Oakley.